Deb Helfrich here. Hashtag redheaded She-Hulk. Jerry Seinfeld. He's broken down, his creativity tips for his daughter on writing into have a problem, and you set a time for how long you want to work on a problem, and then you're done. Now, earlier we were talking about the confront and the done. Being daddied by Jerry Seinfeld over here. It really matters to sort of teach young humans how to do things. Because think about what the internet is. What's social media right now? It's adults trying to teach other adults how to do things. And it seems like an infinite marketplace because adults don't seem to have any idea how to do anything. That's getting polished. What's the internet? Adults telling adults how to do things that gives them a reason to avoid doing things. There's some percentage of us who really truly do go find a, how-to video and translate it into the done. Into the done, the translating, the transducing from brain into done is what was missing from my entire community of origin. There just wasn't anyone I saw transducing anything complexly creative or analytically novel. It's just only an internal process. And now I've really been trying to share it with the world. And because of the sort of I have my polished bit. I'm trying to talk about the single biggest problem with capitalism. Whose job is it to make sure there's enough jobs for everybody? When you require everyone to have a job by how the whole financial game is rigged against individuals. And now I'm over here with the done, transducing into this concrete period of time that ends, that produces what it produces. One note card, one this, one that, one other thing. Here's what that complex silence was about. Doing these stream of consciousness improvs is really, I think, fascinating instructions about noticing in our own brain what we do differently than people who are producing, getting to do the job I want to do. Let's just say that. Seinfeld, Tim Ferriss. I do my own versions of either one of their jobs, right? And in a sort of way, it's really comedians in cars getting coffee. I don't want to go anywhere or anything, but the whole Socratic dialogue really appeals to me. And it can just come out, it's come out. I've been really practicing this. And coming in with bits, polished bits, like I'm the little redheaded girl who's grown up to give Sigmund Freud vagina envy. I know how to guarantee Elon Musk can build his Mars city. But I need you to listen to me for about 15 minutes to really understand completely. The ramifications of what his consciousness, his really into his own swim lane consciousness, the ramifications that Elon Musk can have on species Homo sapiens sapiens. That's just this little game I play. And it turns out when you play chess at that level, you do alienate the people looking for like, everything's fine, everything's dandy, we're just cheap grazing over here. And you need time. You gotta be let loose on this process. And you might have to come back and listen to it 2, 3, 4 times. See the complexity of me tying this all together and bringing up categories of things. It's very, very, very much like a philosopher's version of stand-up improv. I'm not lying to you. I've always admired that containerization. And yet the random jokes, or just the punchlines just come in, the sort of seeing somebody in the audience and going off on this little bit and that little bit, to flow the energy, dealing with what the ocean be, knowing your surfboard, knowing your material, knowing the logic. In my case, it's evolutionary logic. I've looked at just about everything that comes up, and I can tell an evolutionary logic story that better defines the problem. Like things that make you go, what's up Arsenio way? And you see, one of the really interesting things about me, I'm Ms. Inclusivity. I'm in love with all 7.8 billion of us. There's a lot of actual genetic ancestral information in my red hair and freckles. Comes into my bit. And I know many people get distracted by, because I am only like less than 2% of the population has red hair. And if we're talking about surface characteristics being about superficial qualities like skin color, then red hair with dogs. And when you hear this story about me for the first, I don't know how many times, it's the perspective I've had on my rareness. There really is a course for everyone. Dive into these things that set you apart or make you feel really different or isolated or ostracized or oppressed. And when you look at evolution, when you see evolution as this process of reproduction, where random, really cool things, a brand new human arises from human thoughts and urges, love, play. Every one of us can go in and find these things about ourselves that we weren't interested in or that we're uncomfortable with and tell a brand new evolutionary story. If a redheaded stepchild who ended up 333 pounds be like, oh, that's the coolest little situation to get to negotiate. She sees herself as a colleague and collaborator with Dave Chappelle and Jerry Seinfeld. And she pulls the lens and says, so go do your own for yourself. Feel this, whether it's on YouTube Live or it's on your device that you'll never share anywhere. Name it strangely in the cloud even. Doing this for yourself changes your future. Oh, there's a methodology to my madness. And my craziness is about restoring human potential and the juiciness of what might occur if you just play. Like that one. Clapping, right? But this is ball in the mitt, right? This is a very embodied male metaphor. Holla, Dave Chappelle, Jerry Seinfeld.